Good morning. Just ended shooting my regular video that you guys will see in 2 weeks from now. Figure I should try to get in a bonus video. And this is a beautiful little side road that I take all the time. Highway 211. It goes from highway 2 to highway 20 in a little shortcut. And right at the turnoff where we just started, good spot to pull over and do a load secure. Make sure the tarp is nice and tight, all the straps are tight, all that stuff. Yeah, we're headed northbound. I honestly wasn't expecting snow here, but we got some of it. Start with a little swampish land over here and eventually get up to a lake. It's a really bumpy road that tries to throw you off the highway the whole time, but it's a nice shortcut. Joy of Christmas. Now that sign's out there always, all year around. There's a Christmas sign there. So I'm not sure what that's about. I wonder if the Red Barn is actually like a community hall or maybe you can rent it out for events or something. rain. Small lake beside us here already, but it's not, I don't think, the main lake we see further down. Our GPS says there's a traffic jam in 3 miles. To be honest, I've never seen a traffic jam on this road ever before. Now, there's a popo there, and there was another popo just before we did the load secure check, so there's 2 popo hanging out in the area. Maybe there was an accident up ahead. Due to the snow. Maybe. We'll see. It just said there were storm warnings coming for the passes tonight and tomorrow, so it should be interesting. Hasn't it been 2 miles? We're in a traffic jam. Oh. No, it's just a truck's entering sign. Don't get excited. Have the lake show up here on our left-hand side momentarily. Clearwater Lodge. Is the lake called Clearwater? There's a little island there. There's actually a suspension bridge going from the island to the mainland. I wonder if that's part of the lodge. Oh, here it's called Davis Lake. Davis. Davis Lake. Yeah, there's a cool suspension bridge there. I bet that's part of the lodge. I've never seen that before, the suspension bridge. Go back into the swampy area. I don't know, I think it's one of those pretty little side roads. You gotta pay attention though, it's narrow and curvy, and yeah, it's probably what makes it so much fun. It actually worked. Bit of farmland over here. So yeah, I'm headed for the border. I'm not sure if I can cross. Having issues with the brokers. The brokers are actually closed today. Today is November 11th, so I respect people that close on Remembrance Day. I wish they would make that a legal requirement that Remembrance Day or in the U.S. Veterans Day, you just couldn't work. Just shut everything down, make that a national holiday. I'd respect that. So if we get the paperwork cleared, I'll make it to Nelson, unload this today. If we don't, I'll be stuck here on the US side till tomorrow. No big deal. 0.5 degrees Celsius out, so if we keep an eye on roads, make sure that we keep having mist coming off the tires. It's much colder, might run into black ice. Welcome to the town of Cusick. You can see in the background there's a pretty big school here. Seems every town we go through in the US here, school drivers wanted, school bus drivers wanted. And then every now and then you see a sign paying $18 an hour. It's like, Mark, I think some of them were 13 hours an hour or something like that. Problem is you probably have 2 hours in the morning and then 2 hours in the afternoon to work, so you work 4 hours a day. Make $60 a day. I could see that working if you were like a farmer and had that as just an additional income. or retired, have that as a semi-retirement job. Definitely can't make a living off of that. Definitely a lot more farmland here. Where are all those birds? I don't know if you guys can see it, but there's got to be hundreds of birds there. What are they? Canadian geese? Yeah, it looks like Canadian geese. Like, there's snow here, we're headed south. Not sure if they were Canadian geese now. A little hard to see. Bouncy, bouncy. Pretty much into the forest. At this point, we start following the Honore River all the way to Meadowline Falls. of ranchers out here. Always seem like small ranchers, mom and pop type of ranchers. Yeah, I never record this part of the highway, or I do very, very rarely. One of those boring sections I never give you guys. Even though I'm not allowed to say that. Yeah, it looks like most of the properties along this way, not necessarily most, but a lot of them have been abandoned. A lot of homesteads that have failed and people have moved into the city. And the railroad we're beside is deactivated, so we won't see a train. You'll see trees laying over top of it every now and then. I'm not sure why they haven't pulled the rail up. It's going to be worth a lot of money. A lot of money's worth of steel rail in there. Right beside the river now. Ponderay. Beautiful reflection. It's like glassy calm of a river today. It flows into Canada, just barely into Canada, then curves back and goes into the Columbia River just before the Columbia River goes back in, or goes down into the U.S. Basically doubles the Columbia River size.
all violation tickets and/or inspection documents received from any law enforcement official must be reported immediately and submitted to the office as soon as reasonably possible, up to within 24 hours of receiving it. We have made the submitting these easy. There is now a pink button on the Isaac's green labeled tickets and warnings. All you have to do is hit that button, take a picture, hit save, then save again. You must follow up and send in all originals to the office as soon as possible. Thank you from the safety team.
Somebody got a ticket, didn't report it. So anytime I get any kind of ticket or a fix-a ticket or whatever, I've never got a ticket where I have to pay for anything, but I've got tickets for, hey, you need to fix this. I immediately send it in. This includes getting tickets on my personal time. So if I get a speeding ticket in my own vehicle, I have to report that to the company because it affects my ability to do my job. Having said that, when we get hired, we give the company the right to pull up our driver's what do you call it? Abstract. Driver's abstract. We give the company a right to pull up our driver's abstract once a year. So if I get a ticket and don't tell them, eventually they'll see, hey, wait a minute, there's a ticket on here and you never reported it to us. So if you don't tell them, they'll figure it out eventually. Big tree across the railroad there. I never understood that before. No, I remember saying it before. There's a tunnel there. The railroad goes through a tunnel. I remember saying this before, but for some reason I forgot that there's a tunnel. So we got to go over the mountain. The railroad just goes right through it. Radio, go to Lad 2 because that's where these chip trucks talk on when we get to Meadowline Falls. There's a Sutco flatbed headed south. Pallets. Just pallets headed south. Surprised I threw that onto a Super Bee. And returning pallets are considered zero value because the customer didn't pay for them coming up into Canada. They're just returning them, which means you can cross the border anywhere into the U.S. You don't need your e-manifest either. chips away before I keep eating them. I've had plenty enough of them. Don't worry about the double solid, but okay. Starting to hear a little bit of static. This is definitely out in the middle of nowhere. People living over here want to be away from it all. Two hours away from Spokane. There, when I get to customs, well, first off, will I be able to get across customs? What time did I cross yesterday? I'll ask that question, how long I was in the U.S. for. It's almost 12 o'clock. What time did I cross yesterday? Okay. Ate lunch at Summit, probably 3 or 4 yesterday. I'll have to double check my logbook before crossing and give them a real number. I'm starting to hear voices. Close enough.
Wait at least 20 minutes for more condense. And when I get to, generally speaking, when the first wait gets there, it's going to fit my back. And then, you know, I think it's not that far, it's not with it. So otherwise, I should have been running about 10.5 hours.
I heard 10.5 hours.
Yeah, same. You know, obviously I'm not pointing any fingers, but I got to drive an hour just to get to work, so I'm on a 10-hour day, trying to switch into a 12-hour day, so it's just, I don't know, man, I'm just tired.
I know, I just, ran like with FedEx sometimes.
3 mile hill in the wintertime is going to be sometimes because it's just bumper to truck and so a good chain time, so.
Well, you know, the thing about it is, they promised him a truck at Bonner's Ferry, and they canceled on him, and I don't know who it was. I go find a different job, but, you know, that's a good thing.
Because he's in Bonner's Ferry, west there. He's pretty productive. I'm trying to get any quick, but, dude, yeah, you pay real well.
Yeah. Did they pick better there?
We're coming into the town of Ione. I'll call it a day after we get out of the town. But they're basically complaining that he's getting tired from working the long hours.
My son's wife was going over there before I heard about it. And he bought like 6 months I live out from 1 year old.
You said they got an overnight deal, right? Or you're running 12 per day?
Like, I think, over, you know, split back, but you'll see on they're trying to do so they can.
Oh, I got you.
Right south.
Well, I talked to a couple Western guys that Purcell, they both live right around Hauser there, the 2 older guys.
Well, I got the post home. They got there's tours from the run out of one day.
Because the Patterson thing, none of this came to fruition with Mr. Marshall's head yet. No U.S. run, that hog run. I heard you did it took 16 hours or 14. What a bunch of bullshit.
I think I did 8 hours and 10 minutes.
Yeah, I mean, that's not the life. That's ridiculous.
Yeah, there's stuff like that. Yeah.
Equipment yet, and I don't see as many drivers on Succo. Maybe they're losing some.
I tell you, a lot of stuff happening with like advertised, so.
Yeah, I hear that.
That's it, I mean, shop in the market. So,
yeah, here I am. Close up.
I heard them mention Psycho.
late
Fire Department. Town of Ione. I think we're making good time. I'll pull over here somewhere and contact dispatch and see how we're sitting on my load for crossing the border. See what the rest of the day goes like. And I really appreciate the 9 of you guys that are hit that join button. You guys are responsible for the newer, better camera. So I noticed, Linda, you watch one of the older videos and go back to the new video and go, yeah, the camera makes a big difference. Yeah, it was a 2018 video. I think that was still shot with a GoPro back then. So thank you guys for making the difference. It's a lot of fun for me, and hopefully you guys enjoy relaxing to my videos as well. But for now, I am out of here. I'll see you back on Monday on the regular videos, and we'll see what the loads give us in the future. I am out of here. You guys rock.
This video is brought to you in part by the letter C and these YouTube members. Cookie starts with C. What other things start with C? Oh, who cares what other things? C is for cookie, and that's good enough for me. Thanks for watching. Dum, 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 dum.